like, what are the ways to communicate what this message is, you know? And now we're celebrating Black bodies, we're celebrating identity, and Black bodies not just of people in the continent and the country, but all over the world. Nje if umuntu omnyama ngifuna ukuthi uyibone uyithande, or to see something in you being ignited that you might not have dealt with or seen before, you know. Sisebenzisa for different things as African people, you know. They're a part of our identity, you know. When we think of cows, we think of food, we think of clothing, we think of dowry. When you think of cattle, you think of land, you know, and the ideas of conversations around land and us as Black people have been so prominent in the economy. But for us, cows were an economy as well. You know, cows were a sense of wealth for us as well. You know, so I thought the cow was a beautiful symbol for a lot of the conversations that I was trying to ignite in the album and just in conversation generally. And I thought it would capture beautifully, you know. So as I thought of this concept, I could not have made these images, you know. I had a beautiful team of people. Utatenda Chidora, who is the photographer, Neo Sarati, who was the designer, Ntabiseng Mulelebedi, who's the stylist, and the assistant is Larry Asma. So that team of people took the vision I had and basically made it the album cover, made it come to life. The Western ways of living and being that we've adopted have kind of removed us away from ourselves. And I think it's no surprise that when we experience those moments of being around animals, being around nature, something in our spirit says yes.
This is where I am, like,
and the stars, you just notice all these things you take for
you
granted.
can't even like comprehend.
Because I usually don't remember what making it or being a part of the process of receiving it feels like. I usually don't remember that because it feels like it's outside of myself. There's very few songs I've created where I'm like, we made a plan,
My friend and I, Umasiami, we love songs, and like we like listening to like.
Hi, Masiami.
I even asked her like, is there anything you want to ask Zoe? And she was just like, please just thank her for Dali and Inja. Just tell her that. Just like, I appreciate her music. I don't have any questions. Just thank you. So we like you know, diving deep into songs about what they mean and everything. And I was just like, I don't understand what she's doing. Like. I don't understand it, but it makes so much sense to me. So I was like, please, when I get the chance, I need to ask her for myself. Like, what do these songs, I need Dali, Dada, and Umutwa, because I was like, damn it.
Well, I'm so glad that you relate with those songs like that, you know. And I think Dali is also one of those songs I did not expect people to be that excited about. Like, I was like, I knew we have something special, you know. And I think everyone who was part of creating, from the musicians to the engineers, hey, Bash would say, Dali, here's something. But I didn't see
something
it
heavy,
meaning this much, you know. But Dali, I would say, from my perspective, the song Dali is recognizing a higher power. And it really is just a song that says, I mean, going back to the biblical references of the beginning as well, you know, because the biblical reference of the beginning speaks about how there was a creator and the creator created people in his image, you know. So for me, I kind of subscribe to that thought because I like the idea of being made by a God and therefore me being a God, you know? And I felt it was such a relevant message to Black people because I think we've been so far removed from that experience or understanding of ourselves as being gods, you know? Because if you're created in the image of something that is a God, that means you're a God, you know? And just the idea of the song, Wuti, you know, this God created in their image, and instilled in the creation the ideas of purpose and the ideas of being created for something in this particular world to fulfill. you know, and the fact that we as Abantu come from an ancestry of people that also had purposes that were instilled in them, and that maybe sometimes they weren't able to get to a certain point in fulfilling those purposes, but they prayed for us to exist in order for us to take that baton and to move it to other people that we are also going to pray on. And then, you know, and it was not an intellectual thought, but I think sometimes I listen to Mdali and I'm like, wow, this is such a beautiful way to remember that you're part of something bigger. The idea that someone could have prayed for me to exist. So you're telling me that for my album to have come out, someone could have prayed for this to happen, you know? So I also wanted people to kind of engage that idea that you're a God and that you come from gods and you were all made by a God. And
that there are people rooting for you.
That people rooting for you to be where you are, and you will also have to be a God to the next people, and you will also have to pray on them, and you will also have to bring that out in them and have them live out their purposes, even though you're not in this plane to do that, you know. So I'll say that's Mdali in a nutshell. That's Mdali in a nutshell. But wait, which other one did you say? You said Mutwa.
Mutwa.
So, Umutwa, it's very, very funny how this happened.
Okay.
So there is a percussionist from Senegal who is a part of the project, one of very many musicians, and he played the piece that you hear in the song Mutwa.
Okay.
He played the percussions there, you know, he was the one that was playing those patterns. And in my mind, I was like, hey, let's bank this. I think we'll use it for an interlude for something. Let's bank this idea. And then, for some odd reason, I mean, the idea of Ubab Credo Muta kept coming into conversations, you know, for a while, actually. You know, I'd engaged it with one of my close friends. I'd engaged it with my mom. I'd engaged it amongst people who really are aspiring to know themselves as a Black people and to consider their spirituality, which was really pretty much part of the work that Ubab Credo Mutwa did, you know. And this is an important cultural icon to us as well, you know, and to our identity as a people. So, you know, all these conversations would happen. And then I got this idea of, man, if I'm going to make an album that celebrates Black bodies, it would be so beautiful to dedicate a song to Ubab Credo Mutwa, you know. And it would so happen that as soon as we got into the mastering, and mastering is pretty much one of the last phases of music creation before you release it. As we were getting into that phase, I found out that he had transcended into the next life and he had in fact passed away. And I was like, this is so crazy, because I feel like people are gonna think, he passed away, so I'm just dedicating something to him.
Yeah.
But it was so like cosmic as well, because there was just this kind of urgency to dedicate something to him, and I wish he would have been alive to experience it. But I believe he is still alive in experiencing what he means to us and the way we document him, you know. And I thought, just as being a person who documents music, it's my responsibility to make certain things live. So what I mean by that is that, for example, the same way that I would think of a Bab Credo Mutwa who's just really otherworldly, maybe 20, 50, 90 years from now, another little Zoe is going to put or dedicate a song to me and allow my legacy and my purpose to live to the peers and the people around her. So it just felt like it was a beautiful part of the conversation to bring him in as well. Not to say I was the only person ever bringing him in, but from my perspective, from my generation, amongst my peers, amongst the people exposed to my music, and then find out this incredible legacy of a spectacular human who sacrificed so much and gave so much of his life for our cause, you know.
Wow, that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the last one of the song, Utata.
Utata. So Utata is an interesting song. I wanted to dedicate something to my father. I feel I had such a beautiful but complex relationship with the idea of fatherhood. I come from a blended family of very amazing siblings, amazing mothers, amazing fathers as well, you know. But there was a lot of complicated aspects of what that meant, you know. As much as it was beautiful, it was very complicated, you know. And Ubaba was such a loving human being, but I did not see him most of the year, for example, you know. So I was just trying to reconcile that relationship that I have in my mind about fatherhood, that I think a lot of us can relate to as well. Having our Black households broken apart by different kinds of reasons, or having the idea of a household spread open, you know. And this song really is just a conversation between me and my father, you know, because I am singing both those voices. So on one voice, there's a constant idea being repeated, which I would say is my father speaking to me and being that grounding figure. And on the other side, it's me kind of mourning my father, but having a passionate conversation with him, but also making peace with certain things, you know. So I would say of all songs, this is definitely one that has some of my biggest secrets, but it just has no words, you know. So you can't really make out what I was actually saying to my father, you know. But I suppose that would be one way to describe it, you know. And funny enough, the musicians that I had asked to be a part of the song were actually the same musicians that I went to high school with. And when they found out my father passed away, and I was in grade 10 when that happened. Yeah, I was in grade 10. And these gentlemen offered to drive down with me and to give our last goodbye to my father. But unfortunately, you know, sometimes the nature of Black funerals, you know, certain protocol is not observed, or other people need to speak, and importance is placed on all these things that my friends ended up just accompanying me. We actually didn't get to give that final goodbye, you know. So for them to be in the song was so beautiful, because it was my opportunity to give that proper send off that we were not able to collectively experience and give, you know. So it's very layered, but that's how it's explained.
And I was about to say that it doesn't have any words, but I could hear that there's just a lot in the song. Like there's just a lot of heaviness in the song. And I think now that you're like explaining it, I'm having like, you know, I'm like replaying it in my mind, and now it makes a bit like more sense to it. I just think your art is...
Thank you.
It's impeccable.
Thank you so much.
And we've come to the last segment, sadly, and we're gonna end it off on a very high note, excited note, where I've asked Zoe to pick her top 5 songs from her album INGANEKWANE. So you can only imagine how difficult it was for her to choose only 5 babies out of 16, right?
Exactly.
But I made her do it. But disclaimer, these songs that we've chosen is not her ultimate favorite.
Yes.
Explain it properly. Like, it's not like her favorite songs out of the album, but it's her favorite songs currently based on where she is right now. But mine, these are like my favorites, like favorites.
Hands down.
Stop. Bottom line. So super excited. I'm hoping that at one point we will agree on one song.
I'm interested. I'm very excited, but let's see. This is great.
Guys, the album was so good. So it's top 5 songs, but then these songs that tie with each other. So yeah, it was really difficult for me to choose. I even had to like amend the rules and be like, no, Zoe, like let's just, you know, have a tie. So let's see.
This is
3. Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
I want to see your number 5.
It's a tie. Can you see? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
I just had to. I couldn't leave this one out.
Yeah.
So I love Umutwa, but I was like, no, like this is so important to like the rebelliousness of youth.
Sure.
And I was like, no, I have to bring this.
Let's keep her in.
Impilo. Go to like a 9
Impilo.
just 20 seconds.
This is me trying to remember the song. Ngibonga impilo, ngibonga ukuzithanda, ngibonga imthandazo, noma umhlaba uhlaba nje. Yeah, that's impilo. My 5.
So those are our number 5s, Impilo and
Yeah.
Mutwa in Incha.
Cool.
Cool, that was so
Interesting.
beautiful. And our number 4s, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
So this one is the continuation of
Inja.
Inja.
Yes. You know what I like about this one? It's just like a free ride. Because I also like Inja a lot, actually.
Yeah.
But I thought I always dance to this one. Like, I just have fun with it, man. It's my
and
twerk
it's
song.
like the light.
It's my twerk anthem. Sinenkan is my twerk anthem. Because I'm like, yeah, veling Ninkan.
So Inja and Sinenkan is like so important to us because I feel like it just it explains, guys. But yeah, the evidence, like, yo,
Yes. And I repeat after that.
I repeat. I'm going to let Ise Kazini.
Orlando Ise Kazini. I want my performance money for all of this. If you am, guys. And now we're in a situation where government is still slowly opening up. So I'm excited for that fee.
We'll speak about the quotation.
Okay, cool. I hope you're ready for it.
That's why I'm like, oh. We'll speak. Sure.
Sure. Bye, Zoe.
Bye, Zoe. I'll see you again.
Never to be
I'll
seen.
send you an email. I'll just, you know.
She was never seen.
And I'm like, gal. I'm like, gal.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
And so that
Now
was
I
our
can't stop
number 4.
That's our number 4.
These guys, musicians are so costly. Yo.
Yes,
And
it's
now,
about
for us
guys.
to understand that
Those are corn.
those are corn. Number 3.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Please tell me at one point we have the same song.
I actually wonder. Now I don't know. If by number
Let me
3 it's not the same song, I don't know.
Let me see.
Come on, somebody.
Yo, but number 3.
Number 3.
You're number 3.
Hmm.
It's just so deep for me. It's just so deep. So these are our songs. Number 3.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
But you know, Balena.
I get it. I get it.
This one had to be.
I
you
get
know,
it. I get
guys,
it.
Abantu, like this song. It's like the national anthem of the album.
That's true.
Yeah, it is.
Our land.
But
Can't
for
sing the
Zoe's
whole
album,
song.
For INGANEKWANE, it's the Our Late of the INGANEKWANE. So number 2,
I've
So-
got my tie here.
your tie for number 2.
Yeah.
Let's go. Can we see? 1, 2, 3.
We actually have 2 songs so far.
So
We have 2 songs.
Amazing.
That's so bad.
Yeah, Umdali and Abantu. Yes, girl. You did
like,
the
I
thing.
couldn't choose.
Like, yeah.
I couldn't choose.
But I get
Very
what you
important
mean.
Songs.
That's why for me, I was like, Maslandelila.
Yeah.
They just have to be here.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I trust your music
Lovely.
sense now.
Lovely. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Imagine me trusting you. Okay, you've proven your
I
point
get
now.
it. I get it now.
And
This needs a drum roll, I think.
Oh gosh. You make it
Yeah.
Do you want me to guess it? Yeah.
Wait, let me see mine again. Oh, yeah, guess it.
Lengoma.
No.
Did you put it in your top 5?
No.
It wasn't there.
But now I'm guessing yours is
Mine.
Oh, would it be?
Sila.
I don't know because you have all the other ones I would. Utando. Is Utando your number 1?
No.
What is it?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Number 1. 1, 2, 3.
Voila!
I can't wait to see it.
It's probably going to be so shocking.
I genuinely can't wait. I feel like mine will not be shocking. 1, 2, 3.
That's okay. That kind of makes sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Ungumkhosa, and you said the song was very special, so it rings a bell.
Hello.
I get you.
And you sang it. Okay, but like our top 5s were like more or less the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 3 songs, right?
Yeah, like ticked in. Amazing.
There we have it.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe this is ending. Please don't end. And we've come to the last segment, you guys. This was so much fun. So Zoe, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Like, I've had so much fun with you. You're such a fun person. So welcoming, so authentic. You're just like evidently yourself. Honestly. Do you want to have any last words for our AfroHub community? At home?
Yeah. Well, I'd love to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Sissy, for the invitation. And I really just want to say to everyone, let's just continue to remember how special it is that we are. And by mere fact of us being alive and being in this world, we have something to give. None of us are spectators only, but we're here to actually contribute to the world around us. So, mwah! See you on the internet or the streets.
Guys, that's the last part. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you're seeing, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on so that you can get a notification every time I put out the videos. And that's all for me. We will see you on my next video. Yeah.
Lovely.